That's a pretty old barn right there. Man, I like that a lot. That is gorgeous. Hey everybody, good morning and welcome back to the channel. This is a rare midweek publication for me, and I was recently challenged to get out and get some photography with just your basic point and shoot camera. A guy by the name of Matt Ramsey, he's got a channel, it's called Flyover Photography. You all need to go check it out. Matt's got a great sense of humor, he's a great photographer, great video editor, just a fun guy and a fun channel. So if you get a chance, go check Matt's channel out, and I'll put a link to his channel at the end of this video so you can go over there and hit the old subscribe button on Matt's channel. I was challenged to get out, shoot with just a regular point and shoot camera, basically to show everybody and inspire everybody that does not have a Nikon D850. You don't have to have one of these higher end cameras to get out and go make some beautiful photography. I think the important parts is take advantage of the light and get out and shoot when the light is best, and use good rule of thirds composition. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got an old Olympus TG4. When I bought this, it was like $300, which is still a little bit pricey, but yet a lot cheaper than the phones that people are going out and buying today and using for photography. So $300 Olympus TG4. The reason I bought this particular point and shoot camera is that you can shoot raw images with it. Why is that important? When you shoot raw versus JPEG, when you shoot a JPEG, that image is basically processed and compressed right within the camera, and it gets spit out as a JPEG. When you shoot in RAW, it's not processed, it's not compressed, so you're retaining all of that data. So when you bring it into Adobe Lightroom or whatever software you're using, you still have all that data, and you can use that data to get a more dynamic range. You have more data there to work with in post-processing. There you can see the target behind me. The sun's starting to come up. I'm hoping to get a little bit of a sunrise. I'm facing east, pretty much east right now. And yeah, that's it. It's Saturday morning, April 23rd-ish. Maybe 24th, I can't remember. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So thank you very much for stopping by the channel. Matt, you're going to see my image here in just a couple of minutes. Hopefully it turns out good so we can inspire people to get out, regardless of what kind of camera they have, and make some beautiful photography. All right, here we go.
Don't wanna sleep tonight at all. Just wanna watch them stars fall. But you don't wanna try to make up dreams just to be seen. I wanna lay
Alright, so you can
beside
probably tell by the time lapse that I did that we've got absolutely no sky this morning. No sunrise, nothing. Blah, blah, blah. But that said, this little guy is pretty good. I like it. It's crazy how fast you can move around with just a little point and shoot camera. But yeah, you can definitely use just a little point and shoot camera to get out and make beautiful pictures. When you don't get the light that you were hoping for, you have to take advantage of the light that you got. So with this big overcast sky, it's just like a big diffuser, right? All the lights being diffused, spread out. You have no harsh shadows, nothing like that. So that kind of leads you to taking like close-up or detail type of images or minimalistic type of images. So I chose to do both. I shot, you know, pretty wide from pretty far, just to show the barn up against that blank empty sky, just to highlight the majesty and the nostalgia of the old barn. So that, you know, this kind of sky worked pretty well for that. But also the detail shots, the grain in the wood, the old rustic hinges that are holding the doors on, the light coming through the spread out boards on the corn cribs. You have to take advantage of what you're given. So that's another thing that you need to remember when you're gonna go out and take pictures. Gotta just take advantage of the light. You have to compose right. Shoot high, shoot low. Use your rule of thirds. Put the points of interest on each line in the tic-tac-toe square. And that way you're building a strong image. So don't worry about the kind of camera that you have. Worry about what you're gonna do with it. That's a pretty old barn right there. Man, I like that a lot. That is gorgeous.
I grow wings and tell worry goodbye. It's not what we see, it's what we choose to be.
So even if you're out with just a point and shoot camera, there's still things that you can apply to what you normally see people with a higher end camera doing, right? Use a tripod. Use your 2-second delay timer. That little camera has one. That little camera has an HDR setting. So you put it on 2-second timer, put it on HDR. Now you got a nice, basically a 3 exposure bracket that you can play with when you're in Lightroom. Watch your ISO. You can change your ISO. You know, put your camera, like I've talked about, get your camera out of auto and into manual. Change your ISO, change your shutter speed, change your aperture. Do all that stuff. Get yourself off of program or scene or whatever. And experiment a little bit. You can do all that stuff with just a regular point and shoot camera. You do not have to have the latest and greatest DSLR or mirrorless camera or best phone that is available. Go out and buy yourself a point and shoot camera. Just make sure it has a few of the features that I've been talking about, and you are setting yourself up to a brand new world of photography. So don't feel like you have to spend a ton of money and buy 1,000 lenses. That comes over time. I accumulated all my stuff. I've got like 4 or 5 lenses, and you guys know I have the Nikon D850, but it's not what I started with. The D850 is probably the 6th digital camera that I've had, and that I've bought many used lenses and used camera bodies. I bought a Nikon D3S used, beautiful camera, sold it. That's how I ended up getting to the D850. I sold my D3S, a lens, and had saved up a bunch of money from my real estate photography work that I do on the side. That's it. You just have to kind of work up to it. Not everybody can go out and afford to spend $3 grand on a D850 or whatever the body costs now. It's probably less than that, but yeah, you don't have to have that stuff. Go get yourself a $200-300 point and shoot type of camera and go have some fun. Make some beautiful images. And with that, I am Garrick, and I am your very best friend in the whole wide world. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share, let your friends know I'm out here, and we'll see you next week, everybody. Thank you so very much. It's always my pleasure to see you. Have a great day, have a great week, and we'll see you next weekend from the sunny, sandy shores of Clearwater, Florida. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Roll the music.
So I called you up.